there is just so much. There is just so much. Like, how can I put it in one sentence? Probably it's impossible. So the number one thing that I would definitely describe is that huge big cloud, there comes that time in life, and I experienced that few times. There is like a cloud, there is like a fog, and it doesn't matter what is it that I would do. And on my healing journey, I would go really, really deep in many ways. That fog, that's some kind of disconnection, it is there, and that is gone. So the first thing I experienced the next day when I was connecting with my community, the people that I have been close with for about 2 years, and we get together to meditate and create heart coherence, so this is huge connection. And I didn't felt myself connected with them for a little bit. Some of these people, the next day that I went online and I was chatting with them, I just felt pure love, just pure unconditional love. So such a big opening, like at the very beginning, which felt absolutely amazing. That's my puppies. So that's powerful. Something is taken away. There is alignment and focus, and it is very sharp and it's very beautiful. What also is happening, of course, the body is lighter, it feels better, but it feels like I'm gaining some kind of power over myself and my body, and the way I treat my body, the way I feel about my body that I didn't have before. So this is something I didn't fully figure it out. Maybe I don't even have to. I'm just gonna take it as it is, as a beautiful blessing. It just feels amazing. Like, I was shocked that the next day after I ordered it, in my meditation, I connected with the enzymes, or they connected with me, and the work started there for me. I'm a very sensitive person. I work as an energy coach, so I work a lot with energies and moving energies through the body. So for me, that was just huge. My weight and my movement in my belly started shifting from the moment I ordered the cleanse. So so that's for me, that it's been huge. When cleanse arrived here and I started doing it the next day, the work just continued and deepened. So that's phenomenal.
Even in the slightest.
Okay, so I have a very, very small comparison, very small experience. So I did a cleanse that is just tablets, something moves. So I did that cleanse maybe a year and a half ago. It didn't done much for me. It just bloated me more, made me feel more uncomfortable. So the results of it were minus, not even zero, minus. It made it worse, whatever they did. And that was like a 10-day cleanse. Then, because my partner did that cleanse, so when we ordered another one, do you want it? Yes, I want to try it again. Maybe I did something wrong. I'm doing it again. Halfway through, I'm like, no, my body's saying no. The third time I give it a try, the same thing. Halfway there, no, absolutely not for me. I'm not touching that stuff ever again. You would have to pay me to even look at it. And then I never looked into any other cleanse. I'm just doing the things that I do. I'm doing very liquidy, lots of raw fruit and veggies diet with a little bit of cooked stuff here and there. So it is quite pure, if that makes sense. But the block that I felt within was saying me, Eliza, it's time to do something. And I watched a video from one of the YouTubers, very, very funny person, very free and open in a spiritual realm also. And he spoke about the cleanse. I looked into the testimonials after listening to his, and I knew that I have never ever before seen that kind of high frequency testimonials for anything. Even Dr. Joe Dispenza's testimonials of people healing from cancer and all of it, that's huge. But this amount of high experiences on a physical, emotional, and energetic level, I never seen anything like it before. So I had to jump into it, and I cannot wait to do another one and order another one, hopefully this month, if not next. Yeah. The thing with me, as I'm very intuitive, I knew it straight away. But if someone wouldn't have the depth of connection with their intuition, I would simply say, like, just, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? And the thing is with this stuff, the moments that I had, first I felt it emotionally. So as I told you, the enzymes came in. I started connecting with the enzymes, and maybe 2 days later, I was doing the deep somatic release breath work in my community. And I experienced such a profound release, and I knew the enzymes are working through me. And I reached actually the level where I was healing the deep depression I was experiencing in my teenage years. I've never actually addressed it as a singular, separate chapter of my life. And in the same way, I wasn't trying to approach it. I was just open. The enzymes were opening me for another experience. And I felt a massive release through that breath work. So when I started taking the enzymes on that cleanse one day, this is the emotions that they were coming up. And I'm very grateful that I know how to deal with emotions. I know how to be with myself. And also I listened to the guidance that you guys attach to it. The guidance is be with yourself, welcome these emotions, feel them. Within the first half of the day, I cried big tears, and my late grandmother started coming to me in a shape of emotions and warmth around me. The next day morning, so I started releasing at the evening. I felt like it's kind of slowed, but it wasn't. It was my old judgmental mind towards it, trying to judge it and control it and manipulate it. So the more I was realizing that, the more I was allowing myself to lean into the experience and surrender and allow it to be the way it is the best for my body. Just like you, I'm a small person, being cleansed out like that, like a tornado, I don't think it would do me that much goodness. These enzymes are highly intelligent. They know what they're doing in their own divine timing and in their own pace. That's what I feel. That's what I believe. That's what I choose to believe. So the next day morning, I've had a phenomenal experience because I allowed myself, like you guys guided, sleep as long as you can, at least 8-9 hours. So I slept, instead of waking up at 5, I woke up at 9. But between 7 and 9, I had a dream when I woke up at my grandmother's house, back in the day, back in Poland, experiencing the bliss and safety and security that I'm right now trying to create in my life. And the message that came energetically through all of it, Eliza, it's already within you. And I'm grateful that I was able to release more. After that, I was in that beautiful toilet releasing God knows what, multiple amount of times. And it wasn't forceful. It wasn't like diarrhea that you are feeling the burn and you're rushing to the toilet. No, it's very, very smooth. It's very easy, very flowy. Boom, that's it. It isn't anything traumatizing and drastic, if that makes sense. The big aha moment was surrender deeper, because this body's intelligence and those enzymes working together, it's a whole another level. I can look at my life, Maddie, in a different way. I can surrender deeper, and I see where I am creating stress for myself in my own life. I see where I am bringing past, the self-harming past, into present moment. I can see those patterns much more clearly. I seen a little bit of it. I seen on some level before the cleanse, but now it's a whole different level. Not only I see it, I execute on it. I detach from it. I relax. So that's for me, because this is experience I would call life-changing and life-altering.
Right.
Yeah, there is definitely a huge big key with that cleanse is surrender and feel what comes up, because at the end of the day, like, of course, we are in a world of disconnection, right? Separation, where through meditation, all of this work, we're going into unity and connection. When you release something like that and it was inside of your body, and you thought you were healthy, you thought you were doing really well, which it doesn't mean you didn't, but it just brings a whole another level. Okay, you might laugh, or not, you probably hear that all the time, but I love when people call it, I release my demons. Because how else, which is just simply a slower spinning frequency out of your system. So you elevate yourself, right? How any other way you can say that and laugh at it than you saying releasing the demons, out of my system. And that's exactly how I feel. So much lighter. Do I feel now? I have a much deepened level of understanding and feeling what's inside. Do I feel like, okay, I've done the cleanse and I'm good and I'm, you know, off I go in a big bad world? I feel like that's exactly how it's said at the description beginning of a really healthy journey. I cannot wait to do another one and try something different and do it again and something different. You know, I just cannot wait to go deeper with that because it is huge. Well, for me, I absolutely love it. The lightness, but also it started when I connected with enzymes. The whole connection with my whole body, that's on a different level. Like, I don't know if I ever experienced that. And if I did, was brief. It's like my whole body is together. That makes sense. Sometimes when people go on the table with chiropractor and they put something together, there was no clicking for me. It was just like all of a sudden I feel my whole body and wholeness all at the same time. So I don't have to shift my focus to feet and feel my feet from inside out to move the energy or feel the energy or energize myself or just connect with me. It's all at once. So there is also that, but also there is the electromagnetic field around my body strengthened out. So Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches exactly about that. He talks about, you know, coming into from survival into a creative mode, where you no longer leak your energy out there to survival and going into resistance against something. That energy is now guided into repairing the body. And that's the enzymes are here the key. I believe there is something there also with amino acids. There's some huge big connection there with amino acids, and like the body started regenerating something on its own through its power.
In a better world.
Well, that's exactly what I've been doing in the last few years. I have to start with myself. I have to take a full-on responsibility for what is it in my world and what isn't. And I think it should, or I wish. So that's a huge big thing. So in the last few years, I dove a big time into a massive healing journey, 8 years exactly. And let me be honest with you about something, Maddie, because there is lots of people I know who are doing this healing journey through pure energy and meditation, and they're very ungrounded. They're missing out on the particle, meaning the physical aspect of it. So I did so much energy work on myself and with others, but there is always need for that physical product. There is always need for something to help on this journey. It feels like within me, the engine that got run down, you know, like a core of a planet like Mars, it died. Like the engine within me, something new, and the enzymes sparked it up. Something like an engine that it was kind of fading and going dead. That's what it happened. And what you said just a few moments earlier, like just change a little tweak, just here and there, you will see things will change. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. And I've been waiting for it. I've been on a search for about a year and a half for something. I knew there's something missing. And I knew that it isn't just being lost in a search. I knew it physically, something was missing. I found breath work 6 months ago. That moved a lot, but there still was something, I knew it. And this is the help, releasing the blockage. Yeah.